Hey there, everybody. This is Meteorology Professor Jim Caffey. I teach meteorology for a school in a university in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which is one of the very worst, hardest hit by storms and tornadoes in the United States and around the world. I'd like to give you a rundown of the forecast first for the Ozarks, which is where I'm in. I'm in Springfield, Missouri, in the Queen City of the Ozarks, near Branson, Missouri. I'll give you a forecast for that area. If you would like a forecast for your area in my spare time when I have it available, just post a link or a city, I guess, underneath this post in Caffey Weather Central. It's a group on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Caffey Weather Central. And I'll do my best to get you a 7-day forecast for your city or location. So I'd like to go ahead and get started with the Ozarks forecast, and then I will go into some national weather and forecast, what's going on in Hawaii right now. And then we're going to talk about something very dear and true to my heart, a total solar eclipse coming up in late August of this year, 2017. Um, as primarily an astronomer, I have knocked off everything off my wish list of things to do in astronomy except see a total solar eclipse, which I will do with a friend of mine. We're going to drive between Jeff City and Columbia, as close to Columbia as we can get, but we are expecting 250,000 people in Columbia, Missouri, where the University of Missouri is, Mizzou. And so we hope to get as close as possible, but without the crowds. That'd be great. And if you don't have any solar glasses available, you need to get some right now. Most of Missouri is going to be in the 90 to 95% category of coverage, where the moon will cover up the sun. It'll be a great experience. It's going to get kind of dark outside and cooler. Birds will chirp a little bit. The entire United States is going to see the solar eclipse. So wherever you are in the United States, get some solar eclipse glasses and watch this thing. It's going to be very rare. It has not happened since 1979. So here we go with the forecast. 7-day forecast from Caffey Weather Central for the Missouri Ozarks and the Springfield metro area. Monday and Tuesday are going to be pretty warm and sunny, hot mid 80s for highs and low to mid 60s for lows. That little Cardinal S icon means the Springfield Cardinals will be in action at Hammons Field. They are the AA minor league team, farm team of the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team. Wednesday, we have a light chance, 30% of some morning storms, 80 for a high, 65 for a low. And then, unfortunately, while we don't need the rain, we're already 9 inches ahead for the year. We just had, about 10 days ago, some massive flooding. The ground is still saturated. Many people can't mow right now, but starting on Thursday, we are going to have quite a bit of a chance for some more severe weather. So Thursday, we have a 70% chance for some thunderstorms, still highs in the mid 80s, lows in the mid 60s. An even better chance on Friday, I doubt we'll get the game in. Upper 70s for a high, low 60s for a low. Saturday morning, for those of you that go garage selling or yard selling, you might have a hard time in the rain. 40% chance of rain in the morning. Cooler temperatures. 75 for a high, 56 for a low. And then Sunday should be okay for church and other activities. The ball game, partly cloudy, cooler. 73 for a high and 54 for a low. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me now. I'm trying a little bit of a new thing with the weather forecast. We're going to take a look at the regional forecast for the Midwest and Denver, the Rockies, at the precipitation that we expect to get through Friday. We can see here on Sunday there's not much going on. Sunday night and Monday not much going on. Some little bit light rain in Iowa and Texas. Moving into Kansas and Oklahoma on Tuesday. starting to encroach on Kansas City and Springfield on Tuesday night. Kansas City and Wichita getting wet on Wednesday night going through, so we might get some showers in Springfield on Wednesday night. Thursday, the rain's going to really ramp up in the Midwest, and by Thursday night, it's going to be light to heavy in Springfield, Kansas City, Wichita, Oklahoma City, and by Friday, heavy rain in Springfield, Kansas City, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Memphis, most parts of the Midwest. And then the light rain will continue in Springfield, heavy rain in Kansas City, Wichita, and possibly Oklahoma City. So now, let's take a look at what we expect to get weather-wise through the rest of the forecast.
You'll remember these images from last week in Texas. They're a common sight, unfortunately, once we start getting into spring. And we've got another setup, but I don't want you to get fatigued with severe weather here, because I'm going to talk about every day this week and the risk of severe weather. First, we're looking at a dry line. You can see that delineated here, and that's going to be our first setup for severe weather, giving us more scattered nature to the thunderstorms, stretching from Midland, Texas, up to Minneapolis along the front up there. That's where you're going to see some of those thunderstorms scattered with a possibility of hail, high winds, isolated tornado, and a flash flood risk as well. That goes into Tuesday up in a similar area, stretching across Oklahoma and Kansas, as well as Nebraska there. Now, Wednesday, this is when we get the big guns going, because this low is really going to have a lot of energy. It's going to provide everything we need in the atmosphere to lift those thunderstorms, grow them strong right along that front. And that means you could also see more long-lived thunderstorms, bigger hail, a higher risk from Oklahoma stretching through central Texas into the hill country there on Thursday, and then into Friday a little farther to the north, getting into parts of Arkansas, across the heart of Missouri and Kansas there. The risk of severe weather does go up for Friday. Pay attention for the end of the week, but also be on the lookout not just for isolated tornadoes, hail, and high winds, but for flash flooding, because some of these rain totals are really going to get up there through Saturday, and you could run into creeks that have overrun their banks.
2 to 3 inches of rain on Friday into Saturday morning, and severe thunderstorms through Missouri, Springfield, Kansas City, down to Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and even Dallas. Now I'd like to take a look at what's going on in Hawaii and Kilauea's volcano. One of the great tourist destinations is the delta there next to the sea, where the lava hits the sea and creates steam. It's actually falling into the ocean right now, so let's take a look at that. So you can see a quite dramatic effect happening in Hawaii. Now, I'd like to talk to you about something that's very true and dear to my heart, the total solar eclipse of 2017. The United States has not had a total solar eclipse since 1979, so it's been a while. Many of you who are of my age or younger, 42, 43, and younger, may never have remembered a total solar eclipse. I have seen 2 solar eclipses. One was an annular solar eclipse where the moon was just a little bit too far away from the sun to totally cover up. We saw a little light ring around it. We broadcasted it on the new news from Missouri State University. And then I've seen a partial solar eclipse about 5 years ago from Las Vegas. I had arranged for me and my best friend to have outside seats at the Hard Rock Cafe in Las Vegas to see this partial solar eclipse that was about 50 to 60% partial. It was not seen in Missouri, so that was quite a treat. But on August 21st, 2017, a total solar eclipse will go over central United States. All of you in the United States will see some partial eclipse. Here in Springfield, Missouri, we'll see a 94% partial eclipse. Many of you may see a little bit less, a little bit more. I would encourage you to go online and get some solar eclipse glasses because it is not safe at all to look at a partial solar eclipse. Once the eclipse goes total, which for me, I will be between Jeff City and Columbia, Missouri, where the University of Missouri at Columbia is, Mizzou. Uh, we will have a total solar eclipse. And during the 2.5 minutes or so of total eclipse, it's okay to look without the glasses because we will be under a uh, total solar eclipse with just the corona, the outer atmosphere of the sun shining by. The sky will go dark, birds will come out chirping, weird things will happen during those 2.5 minutes. And then the sun will come out of the eclipse. So I would like to show you now we're 98 days away from that eclipse. We'll give you plenty of time to do it. And we're going to give you a video analysis of what's going to happen during this eclipse and where it will go.
Here's one spectacular event you won't want to miss this summer. It's a total solar eclipse sweeping the U.S. from coast to coast on August 21st. A total eclipse occurs when the moon moves precisely between the Earth and the sun, casting a long moving shadow. It will start near Salem, Oregon, and move southeasterly until it sweeps out to sea from South Carolina. The width of total darkness, that's called totality, will be about 70 miles. The closer to the center of that path, the deeper the darkness. And get this, the United States is the only place in the world where you can see the eclipse in person. So if you want to get the best seats, here's some travel options. For the adventurous, you might want to try the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument in Oregon. Normally, camping isn't allowed there, but if you volunteer to help during the eclipse, you can camp for free. The remote town of Casper, Wyoming might be a good choice too. Prospects are good for clear weather, and the wide open spaces are great for viewing. And on to St. Joseph, Missouri. That's where an eclipse viewing party with solar telescopes is scheduled at the local airport. In Tennessee, Nashville will be the place to be. It's the largest city completely in the path of totality. And Columbia, South Carolina will be the last big city in the path. It's the most accessible place in the eastern U.S. to see the end of the Great Eclipse. If you miss it, you have a few years to prepare for the next one in 2024.
So I hope you enjoyed this episode of the latest weather forecast for not only the Ozarks, the Midwest, and the country, and the information about the solar eclipse coming in August 21st, the total solar eclipse. If you have any comments about this video, please leave them down below, and I would love to hear your comments about this. I continue to do these every week or two for the Ozarks, but now that I have 5,000 friends around the world, I intend to include regional, national, and international coverage of weather events. I also update this page on earthquakes, tsunamis, hurricanes, anything that might impact in the entire globe, especially though in North America and Hawaii. So please let me know your thoughts on these videos. I appreciate your time. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Jim Caffey, Caffey Weather Central, period.